Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are starting my LA apartment hunting. Yes, it's time to move. It's been over 2 years since we moved into this apartment, and we love it. It's great, but it's not perfect, and there's definitely a few things that start to bother us, and we gotta move. So we are looking for a bigger place. The one we are currently in is a 1-bedroom, very tiny. I believe it's like, I think 500 or 600 square feet. So it's a very tiny 1-bedroom. There's no space for me to even like pull out my yoga mat because there's no room. I would have to move the couch. So we're looking for a bigger place, and I'm gonna share a few tips with you guys and how basically determining which apartment is right for us. And it's definitely gonna be I'm definitely gonna be making more than one apartment hunting video. In today's video we're gonna be touring 4 different apartments, and the first tip that I advise you to do is to set your budget. So it's very important to set your budget correctly. When you apply for an apartment, they usually make sure that your income is at least, I think the rent should be like 30% or less of your gross income, which means that you won't qualify for apartments that you can afford, which I would say it's fair. The only thing you should consider is that even if you apply for an apartment that you can qualify, there will be some extra costs that you may forget, and they may kind of crush you. We can't forget that a part of paying for the unit, you have to sometimes pay for parking, and that may vary from 100 to 200. One time we had to pay $400 a month for a parking spot. That was in San Francisco. So some apartment buildings will give you free parking, or 2 parking spaces if you rent 2-bedroom, but make sure to ask for it because they don't usually tell you that, and it's not gonna be a nice surprise. So parking fee. The other things that you have to obviously include utilities, and that varies from like at least $100 to $200. I would say like we pay a fair price for electricity, but our bill whenever it comes, especially in summer, it's always over $100. So that's something to consider. Water as well. For us, this is a small 1-bedroom unit, and we pay usually $50. And I would say like I'm pretty good with saving water. I don't like do laundry every day. I don't take long showers or baths, but it's $50. In LA, we're in West LA currently. The other thing is Wi-Fi. Our apartment actually has Wi-Fi included, which is nice. That would be from $50 to $100, depending how fast internet you want. The other thing is trash. Trash is included in our unit, but that was usually like around $50 for trash. Sometimes even water is included in like the older buildings. Trash and water in older buildings is sometimes included, which is nice. The other costs that you should consider are moving costs, and that can get pricey depending how much you want to do yourself. And I do advise you to mostly do it yourself, not just because it's gonna be cheaper for you to move, but also because you're gonna probably secure all of your important items much better than any moving company. I'm just taking that from my experience. Anytime I would trust movers to, pack properly some of the items, it would always kind of fail. So I basically pack everything, all the drawers, everything, literally everything. The only thing that I leave for movers to pack is my bed frame, my desk, because that's kind of a pain in the ass to disassemble. So they disassemble it, then they move it in their truck, and then they assemble it. And then all the boxes with all the stuff that I packed, they just move. And so far, everything that I packed always was safe, nothing was broken. So I like that, and it saves me a lot of money because that's hours of movers time. So I do advise you to do that, and I usually find movers on Yelp. it's good to get some reference if you can. So far, I would say we've been lucky, and we got some good movers. And usually we pay around $300 to $500 for movers just to move stuff from the pod to the apartment. Like literally pod is right there and they just move it up, and plus tip 20%. So yeah, and that's for a few hours of work. I don't remember how much was per hour, but again, that's just something you have to consider. It's gonna be depending how far you're moving, how far they have to move your stuff from, you know, in the truck. That could be up to $1,000 in Los Angeles, so could get pretty pricey. The other thing is security deposit, and some apartment buildings charge you like $300, $500, maybe $1,000 max for a security deposit, but there are some, I would say like right now, all the apartments I'm looking at, the security deposit is 1 month rent. It used to be 2 months, but now it's legal, which is great. No more 2 months rent up front. The security deposit, it should be 1 month or less. I don't think it can be more than that, at least in California. So that's that. The other thing is location, and that's a tricky one because if you live in Los Angeles, the commute can get extremely annoying and long. So if you commute to your office, I would advise you to check Google, and I would advise you to check it throughout the day, how long it can take to get to places that you like to visit, and check for at least a week throughout the day. Don't do this schedule check because that's not always accurate, but basically that's what I like to do whenever I plan to move somewhere. And then I'm checking, okay, how long it's gonna take me to get to my favorite restaurant or to my office, because that's important. So if you're planning to move from your current location to somewhere further, take that into consideration when you're looking at places. God, it's so noisy right now. I hope you can't hear that. I have active noise canceling on my microphone on, so hopefully that's not too bad. But location is extremely important, and when you're moving, even in your area, make sure that you like the location. So if you go to a place, go take a walk. Go take a walk around the block, maybe a few blocks around that place, and make sure that you like it, that the noise is not too much for you, that it's safe, that it's nice, that you enjoy it. Because even if you have a beautiful view from your window from that unit, but then you go out for a walk and you're like, I don't like it, you're gonna hate living there. So yeah, these are the things to consider in Los Angeles. Obviously, the price will also vary depending where you move. Like West LA, where we are currently, is extremely expensive, which obviously is such a bummer because I love West LA. I love being close to the beach, being able to just go to, Palisades Park and just enjoy being there. That's so convenient for me. I love that. And I know that if I move to East LA, I won't be able to do that, on the weekends. It's just gonna be a hassle to do that. So I know that if I would move somewhere further, I would have to find new places that I would like to visit. So yeah, there are definitely a lot of things to consider when it comes to locations. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. But another thing, when it comes to picking an apartment building, a house, an ADU, because they are popping around LA, a ton of them. ADU, it's accessory dwelling units. These are basically backyard, guest houses, garage conversions. And I lived in one of them. It was a garage conversion, which was 1 bedroom. It was quite big for an ADU. Usually it's a studio. And there were a few things that were wrong with it. And I think because it was a garage conversion, first of all, they didn't vent the bathroom well. So the bathroom would always just be very humid and there was a ton of mold in it. And even if I would open the window, there was a window in the bathroom, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't help at all. So there was definitely some issues with it, but that's not the case for all the ADUs. I know someone who lives in an ADU in Culver City. They pay $1,700 and it's a studio. It's a very small ADU, but it's nice, I would say. I was there, it was nice. It just, it's on the obviously ground floor, and it's attached to the house. It wasn't a garage conversion, but they added in, so it's interesting. But they had a like, what do you call it? It's an AC, dual AC? I forget what you call it, but yeah, she has AC, and it's like renovated and stuff, so it's nice, and the area is pretty nice. So that's something to consider, because with ADUs, usually utilities are covered, Wi-Fi is covered, like water, trash, electricity. Sometimes like everything is covered, which is super nice, especially that the cost of ADUs is already like kind of low. So I would say definitely to consider for people who are looking for something on, you know, a cheaper side. Yeah, I lived in one which I like, it was nice, but like I wish like they did a better renovation. Definitely look for stuff like that. If you spot mold in the bathroom, like ask questions and make sure that it's, you know, contained, because you're gonna hate living there. Okay, one more other thing to consider when you're moving into, especially like a bigger apartment building, is smoking. So a lot of units do not allow for smoking tobacco, but they allow for smoking weed. So make sure to ask your landlord or whoever is showing you the units to make sure that like it agrees with your preference. Because, for example, when we are moving to this apartment, we had no idea that smoking weed was legal, like in apartment units. We're moving from Texas, so, and in our previous apartment in Los Angeles, like smoking everything was illegal. So we kind of like thought that it applies to all the units, but it does not. So make sure to ask those questions, because if you're gonna get a neighbor who smokes weed every single day, and it's gonna get into your apartment and it's gonna stink, and you're just gonna hate that, and there's nothing you can do, because if it's legal, they can enforce it. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Oh, when it comes to location, also check how far like the grocery stores that you like to visit, because if it's gonna take you 15 minutes to get groceries, that's something to consider. Like for me, like I have so many grocery stores nearby, I can walk to them, which is so great, it's so convenient. So that's definitely something important to me. And yeah, create basically like a list of non-negotiables. So for me, it's definitely sunlight. I record videos, it's very important for me that the unit will have big windows and hopefully face east, west, or south. If it's facing some of the like west, then it's fine if it faces north. But yeah, if it's only facing north, that could be a deal breaker. Another thing is the bathtub. A lot of units have only showers, and I want a bathtub. It's very important to me. The other thing is a washer and dryer in the unit. I was in a place that had a laundromat, like shared laundromat you had to pay for, and I hated it. I literally bought my own washer and dryer because that was the worst. Not worth paying less for an apartment if you have to deal with just, yeah, having a shared laundry. That sucks. So many times, like people just take my stuff and just throw it in the laundry room, and I was like, great, now I have to wash it again. So wash and dry in the unit, a must, unless I would be willing to install my portable washer and dryer, which wasn't bad, but like I wish it was just bigger. And as you can hear my dishwasher working extremely loud, another thing that is important for me is a quiet location, quiet unit. So honestly, I wouldn't mind a quieter unit, like facing an alley instead of a busy street, if it means that it's just gonna be quieter, like no buses, no honking. I hate that. If you are in a building that is on the intersection of two busy streets, it's gonna be extremely loud, like because people will be honking whenever there's, you know, green light and no one's going, and that's gonna be all day long. Also the buses, the trucks will be driving by, and it can get very loud. And another thing, if you are living in a building that is next to commercial real estate, meaning some shops, stores, dealership, that could also be annoying. We have that problem. We live close to a commercial real estate, and those people just don't care. Like they will literally be the worst. So I would rather live next to another apartment building. And that's it for my tips. Let's just move on to touring the units. Okay, so unit number 1 was located in West LA on a pretty quiet street, which was nice. As you can see here, it was honestly not bad at all. It was close to Santa Monica Boulevard, but it was pretty quiet. It was on the second floor, so it wasn't the brightest unit. It was pretty low to the ground, and it was also facing the courtyard, as you can see here, so not much of a view, and honestly, like, kind of too low to the ground. Like, I feel like someone could literally jump on this balcony. But it was a 3-bedroom. This was one of the bedrooms. It had, as you can see, that bedroom was, I believe, a master bedroom, because it was the one with the bathroom next to it, and a pretty big closet, a walk-in closet. Some units you will get closets and you will just get some hooks for clothes. Here you actually get some drawers, which is nice. Nice flooring, I like that too. Nice color of the walls. Everything was pretty modern. It was, I think the building was pretty new, like maybe 1 year old. But again, even though you got, like, I would say pretty nice finishes, it was very, very dark. So we were not very impressed, unfortunately. You got plenty of storage, which was nice, and full-size washer and dryer. I believe this unit had maybe like 1 more tenant living in it for a year, and they just moved out. So it was in a pretty nice, clean condition. And yeah, 3 bedrooms, pretty big, honestly. We are looking still for 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, just nothing smaller, but we don't need 3 bedrooms. That would be like super extra. It was nice that it had a bathtub. All the other bathrooms had showers, but I really need like at least 1 bathtub, just, you know, because I love to take baths in winters. So that was nice. This was the powder bathroom. So you got 3 bathrooms here. Yeah, including the powder bathroom, I believe, right? Yes, that was the kitchen. Love the island with the waterfall feature. Love that. And yeah, all the appliances were super nice. This was the garage. You got 2 spots, tandem parking. And moving on to the second unit we saw, this one was also located in West LA, Sotel area. And honestly, like, not bad. It was much cheaper. Also 3-bedroom. Not in love with the finishes, that yellow doors and baseboards. Like, yeah, the floor was okay. It was just vinyl floors. And it was pretty big, pretty spacious. You got, again, full-size washer and dryer. Here is a bathroom with the bathtub, which I love. And you even got some drawers here in the vanity. Yeah, that was one of the bedrooms. And yeah, the view wasn't the greatest, as you can see here. And yeah, honestly, that's facing, I believe, north. So you would also not get a lot of, I think actually this was facing east, northeast. So you wouldn't get a ton of light, only like in the morning, but you got some nice closets, lots of storage. This was another bedroom on the bigger side, actually. Same view, nothing special here. But at least you don't have any buildings facing you, so like you get some privacy, I guess. Huge closets, which was nice. And there was a separation between the 2 bedrooms and the master bedroom, which was nice. The balcony wasn't super big, but you could fit a little couch, so that was nice. Pretty spacious living room, and this is the master bedroom. Again, with the same view, so nothing special, still facing the same side of the world, so you only get sun at the same time of the day, but you got another bathtub here. And some nice, I mean, this could be like literally another bedroom. That closet was so huge, it was insane. So that's the unit. It wasn't bad, even though I didn't love the colors for the countertops and the doors and the baseboards. Like, I just hate that yellow brown. Honestly, it wasn't bad. The only thing was that the area just just wasn't great. Like, it's very noisy, very loud. Moving on to the third unit, which was in a similar area, was still hotel. It was on the 4th floor, same as the other building, I believe. Was also 4th floor, and this one was much brighter. And I think because of those white, I think it was laminate flooring. Honestly, the flooring kind of looks not great, and it doesn't seem like it's durable because I'm gonna show you later in this video. You will see another unit in the same building, and the floors were like ruined because I guess someone spilled some water. So yeah, but in this unit, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, so you get plenty of space, and the bedrooms were pretty good size. Huge windows. It was facing northeast, so that's why it's not the brightest, even though you have huge windows. Like, I would say when we came in, it was pretty bright, and you got, again, lots of storage, which I love. Here was the bathroom. It was pretty dirty, even though some people already moved out, and they definitely, I feel like, had time to clean it. Like, they didn't do a good job cleaning it. Like, it felt kind of dirty. So I knew that I would have to do like a deep cleaning, and this was the master bathroom. And again, the bathrooms were kind of dirty. I don't know. Yeah, so you get 2 sinks here in the vanity. This is pretty good sized room, huge closets. Not like, there are just hooks for the clothes, so like I probably would need to get a dresser, but you get huge windows, 2 windows here, facing northeast, like I believe I mentioned it. The living room was pretty big, with the kitchen here. Kitchen kind of dark, but you get like so much storage in the kitchen. Everything was full size. You got also oh, here's the washer and dryer, all full size. Maybe not the newest. The building was, I believe, maybe like 6-7 years old. This is the powder room, which is nice if you have guests over. It's so much nicer. And this was another unit in the same building on a higher floor. So we thought we would like this more because it was facing southeast, I believe. And it was on the 5th floor, so much brighter. But it wasn't a bad shape. Like, someone just moved out, and it was extremely dirty. And there was like, also like, I don't know, if whoever lived there, they clearly didn't take care of this place. So they would definitely need to do a lot of work to get it back to shape. Here's the master bathroom with the master bathroom. Yes, here it is. With the shower, huge vanity, kind of similar to the other unit. And this is the master bedroom with access to the balcony. Oh yeah, so you get, you get access from the living room and from the master bedroom, which is nice. And again, it's fully separated from the other bedrooms. This is the bathroom. Look how dirty it is. Like, oh. And unfortunately, it looks like just that tile attracts a lot of dirt. So yeah, this was one of the bedrooms. You don't get the nice big windows. You just get kind of like the smaller windows because it is facing southwest, I think, or southeast. So basically, you would get a ton of light in the afternoon. This was like morning, so yeah, you wouldn't get a ton of light, but later in the day it would be pretty hot in that unit if you don't run AC. Not a great view, but not a bad view. At least you don't have anyone looking into your windows, so not bad. This was the kitchen. Yeah, one last look. And this is the mailroom there, yeah. Okay, and the next unit was still, like, someone was living in it, so that's why it's a little, like, furnished and messy. But this was a 2-bedroom unit on the 5th floor, which was super nice. And it was actually facing west, east, and north, I believe. So you got plenty of light basically throughout the day. There was a cute little dog there. Oh my god. There was a pretty nice sized balcony. This was the master with the bathroom. And you got 2 windows here, and there was also a nice window in the master bathroom. And so that was pretty awesome, pretty nicely sized. I mean, the bedroom maybe could be a little bigger, I would say. Here was the closet, which I would say it's fine size. Yeah, this 2-bedroom was definitely on like slightly smaller size than some of the other ones we toured, but you got a nice big window. It was facing an alley, and yeah, the view wasn't like the best, but at least it was pretty private. No one was, you know, literally in the building facing you. So yeah, because the other buildings were just kind of lower, I think 4 floors. So yeah, here was with the balcony. Yeah, but it wasn't like super impressive. Tony honestly didn't like that there was no view, so that was like a deal breaker for him. But I did like that it had 2 bedrooms, which, you know, that's what we are looking for. You get a nice window over there, but it was kind of like awkwardly you got a kind of awkward layout. Basically, you got a kitchen with a nice island, pretty big kitchen. I loved it. There was even a room with a bike storage. This building was located in Sotel. It was on the newer side. Definitely not like well maintained. Like, it kind of smelled, even though it's a new building. Like, I doubt they clean it maybe once a month. And that's it for this video. I have a few more coming soon. I have some even nicer apartments that we were touring, and we finally saw the one that we put an application in. So fingers crossed we get approved. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.